It's been a while since I've done any urban photography, and I thought to myself, you know what, I quite fancy some of that today. And I've come along to the small town of Formentera del Segura. I've actually walked here from the village that I live in. I've done that for a reason, because I want to have a wander around this town, see what I can find to shoot. And then when I've finished in town, I'm going to walk out of town onto the river path, and I can walk back to the village along the river path and see if I can get any images on the sort of more countryside. So a bit of town, bit of countryside. No specific expectations, an open mind and a hopeful attitude. Let's see what we can find. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. I've got a halo. Not really. I've come into the main square at Formentera. I'm actually thinking I might do a shot of this church. I mean, it's not an old church, because this is actually quite a new town, I think. But it might make for, you know, quite a nice image, particularly as we've got quite a nice sky as a backdrop. It's the 2nd of January today, so we're still kind of in the festive season, because we've still got Three Kings Day on the 6th to go through here in Spain, which is a really big celebration. But you know, there might be, you know, even though there's sort of like the festive season stuff around here, you know, like a little manger scene, it might make for an interesting shot. Unfortunately, down one side of the church there's a load of barriers that have been stacked up by the side of the church, but I'm thinking I might be able to take those out in post if they look too horrible, which I think they will. So I think I'll do a shot of that. I'm going to shoot wide angle. My first thought was to actually get really low down to the ground and have, you know, the ground very close to the camera, but I don't think that works because the ground actually isn't that nice. So I'm thinking just pretty much a standard handheld shot, just vertical. I don't want to be too wide because I don't want too much wide angle distortion. So I've stepped back. And I'm going to shoot at about 17mm, 1/100th of a second, focused on the church. Sorry for the interruption, but I have to report a slight technical issue. When I got back home, I discovered that all of the footage that I'd shot just for about the next 20 minutes, half an hour, just doesn't work. I've tried opening it in my normal software, in various other forms of software. I've even tried just playing it back on the camera, and it just doesn't work. It must be some kind of corruption, but I don't know what it is. Everything after that is fine, and that means I've got no footage for the next two images. I'm going to show you the images anyway. They're pretty straightforward. They don't need a lot of explanation. They were both shot with a 55-200 lens. One's black and white, one's colour. After I've shown you those two, we'll rejoin the trip just as I'm leaving town and heading out for the more countryside portion. So here's the two images. I'm going to be honest, I've been struggling a bit in the town. I found a few kind of detailed shots that I thought might work, but they mostly got like all Christmas decorations on them, so maybe I've just picked a bad time to try and do them. So I've just ducked out of town. I'm up right by the side of where the river is, and if you've watched this channel for a while, you may remember I photographed a water wheel here. That's just over there. I've got painful memories of photographing that because I got stung by a wasp in the process out in the summer. Hopefully there's no wasps about today, but I'm not going right over to that part of it anyway. My eyes have been caught by this little tree here. It's quite a nice shape. It's just got a few odd little leaves hanging off of it, and there's quite a nice bit of cloud, a mix of cloud and blue sky behind it. And it's kind of being half backlit, half side lit. And I think there's a couple of possibilities with this. One is to shoot it probably with the 55-200 at 55mm, kind of taking out a lot of the edge of the tree, probably most of the edge of the tree, and just having a bit of the trunk and most of the branches kind of sticking out, and all of the rest of the branches disappearing out the sides of the frame. And the other one is to go wider angle and try and fit more of the tree in. So I think I'm going to have a go at both of those options just to see if either of them work. It's worth a go. So I'll just find somewhere to put you down, and then, because I didn't bring a video tripod today, and then we'll have a go at this. Well, I'm going to start off with a 55-200 vertical. Try and cut out all of the distractions. So there's a fence, there's reeds, there's some trees in the background, and cut all of those out. Put the trunk right in the centre. This is all about the shape of the tree and the sort of mix of blue sky and clouds in the background. And now I'm going to go wider angle and see if I can do a composition with the wide angle lens. That'll be with the 11-22. Trying to make it all about the tree, so I'm trying to avoid having any other distractions coming in, which may or may not be completely possible. And let's just see if I can go in, lose some of the fence. I'm not quite sure what's down here though, so I'm just struggling to avoid distractions coming in from the sides of the frame. Not sure that I'm happy with looking up at it quite so much, so I might go back, maybe even change to the 15-45 lens. 15-45, let me get in a bit tighter from further back. Still really struggling to avoid the distractions. That might do it. That might just do it. Got to make sure that all of the tree is here. I don't want any branches going out of the frame. Just walking back into the village, and I've come across this tree with some nicely coloured leaves on it. It's being lit quite nicely because the sun's getting quite low now. And there's a kind of rustic bench. It's basically some concrete blocks with like part of a rusty old log on the top. But I'm just thinking it might look quite nice just because of the light. And what I'm going to do is actually shoot it into the light, so the light coming through the trees, picking out the colours, with the bench in the foreground, and hopefully creating some sort of light and shadow patterns across the road in front of me. So we'll have a go at that. Probably wait till these people are gone past though. I think what I'm going to try to do is just get the sun peeking through the branches to create a little sun star. Hopefully that won't flare too much if I get it just right. Just about. There's a fraction. Just about there, I think. Okay, I'm only about 5 minutes from home now, so I think we'll call this a wrap. A nice little walk and hopefully a few images to share with you. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed being out and about. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next video, bye.